So that is my update on both my journey to wellness and my fertility. I'm super excited. Things are moving along. What's up, fertility? Let's get these babies, ladies. To make those rainbows in my mind when I think. What's up, fertility fam? How are you? Today is Sunday. It is January 24th. We are closing out our third week of wellness. And I've got puppies at my feet who also want to be in the video apparently. I feel fantastic. I am down, I think it's 7 pounds. I weighed in at 148. So let's just see. 156 minus 148. I'm down 8 pounds. I feel great. I still feel a little jiggly. I've been doing my hand weights. I have them. I'm sitting next to my desk. So when I'm at work, I've been doing my hand weights to help out with my arm jiggle. And then I've been doing sit-ups. I need to get downstairs to the gym more often. I need to like sit down, make a schedule so that I'm consistent with that. I've been definitely better with the keto, although I discovered the oat milk is so far from keto. So I've switched it out for macadamia nut, but again, in the idea of not wasting food, I'm not gonna throw out the oat milk. So there's gonna be a little bit of a mix, but it's a lot of carbohydrates. For some reason, when I first saw the packaging, I thought it was protein, like the way that they packaged it, it played a trick on my mind. Anyway, my bad. Read the label. Okay, so how am I feeling? I'm feeling good. I have had a little bit of brain fog this week, and I'm not sure if it's related to the diet or everything that's kind of going on with the fertility stuff. So I will include an update on fertility, like what's going on specifically with my IVF at the end of this video. If you don't want to stick around for the whole video, I will include the timestamp here if you want to just jump to that part of the video, but I haven't given an update in a while, so I do want to include that. So there's a lot going on there, so it may just be brain fog, like distraction from that. Like I was feeding the girls one day and I heated up their dog food, and I wanted to add these little salmon bites that came in their latest bark box. And for some reason I put them in the microwave when I took the bowls of dog food out, and I didn't find it until later that night, and so that was a little odd. Like I looked everywhere for those salmon bites because I put the food down and I was like, oh, I want to put the sprinkles on, and then I'm like, what did I do with the bites? And genuinely could not find them. And then when Cheyenne got home, I went to open the microwave and there they were. So that's definitely not like me. Is that keto brain fog or is that fertility IVF brain fog? I don't know. But anyway, let's take a look at what I did this week as far as food inserts of like what I ate. But I think the food part is the most challenging, and so there's a lot of time committed to that. All right, let's dig in. What's up, fertility fam? How are you? It is Monday. It is officially the MLK holiday. The whole weekend is MLK weekend, but it's officially the holiday, and I am going to vlog. I think the best way to do the weight loss journey is to vlog it, so expect a weekly vlog from me on the weight loss. So it is Sunday. The girls and I have taken baths. Oh my god, not together. They wore me out. One of them is just getting up now. I took a lovely bath with Epsom salt and peppermint essential oil, and I feel so refreshed. I'm getting ready to make some collard greens. I've got a pot going there. I'm gonna add the collard greens and a piece of steak. That is gonna be my very late lunch. It is 3:40, so I'm doing quasi-intermittent fasting, although today I think I'm just going to, well, I've had an egg so far and a little bit of my shake from yesterday, and the shake had PB2, collagen, protein, oh, and I added a bunch of spices. So I added blueberry, but I added cinnamon, I added nutmeg, and what is the other one? Let me look really fast because now I can't remember. It's like a baking, oh, cloves. I added the ground cloves, which made it taste super yummy. So I had that. I'm now having some fertility tea, which is nice and relaxing. So it's just been kind of a slow, lazy day. Still very hot. We were meant to go take pictures in Central Park, the girls and I, but that did not happen. So we're just gonna take advantage of the rest of the day. I'm getting ready to do meal prep, and between 5 and 7, Amazon fresh groceries are coming. So I will definitely vlog that. Let me get the collard greens going and get the steak out. I'm also gonna bake chicken. I think I'm gonna do the turmeric and what do we do? I think I'm gonna do turmeric and ginger this time because I have some ginger, fresh ginger. I'm gonna peel some of that up. Those are good anti-inflammatories, and yeah, I'm excited about that. How are you guys doing? I hope all is well. And if you are on a journey to wellness, how is your journey going? How are you feeling? I honestly feel like, because I dropped a big number, that it's probably inflammation. I don't know that it was all body weight. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but like I was retaining water. Like I think that was inflammation, and taking the anti-inflammation things like the ginger, turmeric, onions, garlic, all of those things have helped. So we'll see. Either way, I'm excited to be 150. I feel like if I can get 5 more pounds down, I'm good. I think we're aiming for, if I get my cycle, let's see, it would be like the beginning of February. It might be the end of January just because of how long this month is, so we'll see. But then either end of February, beginning of March, I should be doing transfer. So I'm still waiting to hear about cycle day 1 from the donor. I thought I would hear last week, so hopefully it's today or tomorrow or soon. And yeah, just gonna let it go. All right, let me get going. Oh, the girls are up. I hear someone. They don't have their bells on, but I hear sniffing. Let me attend to my furry babies. All right, we start with some ghee, clarified butter in a pan, and then add a little bit of spinach. You're gonna have some sauteed spinach, and we're gonna mix that up with some eggs. I'm only gonna do 1 meal in a day just because I have a lot of footage and I wanna keep this under 30 minutes. So I'm cracking open the eggs. These are pasture-raised eggs, and yes, the yolk is that yellow. And then I add a couple tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna mix that all together so that I can add it to the spinach. It's gonna flash by really quickly, but I use pink Himalayan sea salt and black pepper. I'm season the whole thing with it. You wanna be careful of white salt if you are, white table salt if you are TTC, just because there are toxins in there. All right, mixing that all up. Any sea salt will do, just be careful of the white table salt. So I chop that up. See how pretty that yellow is? So I've got that, and then I added half an avocado. For dinner, steak, mushrooms, asparagus wrapped in bacon, and the rice, I know it's rice, it's got Parmesan in it, so it's heavy fat, but it has a little bit of carbs. All right, meal prep. Eggs, because I'm gonna have the eggs. I've got quinoa, I've got the beef, I've got chicken with turmeric and ginger, eggplant for a dish that I have. So this makes it super easy. How is it going with you guys? If anyone else is on this journey to wellness with me, send me a clip, like send me a 1-minute clip of one tip that is helping you barrel through this, or one thing that you've learned. Email me at Tanika at simplytanika.com, and I will pick 5 of my favorites and I'll put it in a video, and then I'll also share my favorite tip that's helped me get through my journey to wellness. Okay, this before picture was taken on December 28th and the after picture was taken on January 24th, so not quite a month, but I can see really in my waist that there's actually a waist like right under my boobs instead of that hump, or the hump is getting smaller. My thighs look better and they're not rubbing at the top and the inside like they were, so there's a little bit of light going through there. And yeah, I feel better. What do you think? Not bad, right? So there was I think I did really well on the food. I focused on it much more this past week than I had in the prior 2 weeks. So I feel like I'm feeding myself healthy, nutritious foods. I went to the acupuncturist this week, Clara. She affirmed that. She also sent me a list of good blood moving, blood nourishing foods. So I'm going to incorporate that in this next coming week. However, I'm super proud of myself for how far that I've come and for staying laser focused on my food and just being more aware every day. Opportunities for improvement, they always exist. More exercise, more cardio exercise. I also want to incorporate HIIT, high intensity interval training, so really hitting it hard, just like it sounds, high intensity, and then you do it in intervals. Like you basically go until you can't go anymore and then you take a break. So we'll see. I can do it down in the gym. I was hoping Cheyenne would go with me because I get a little intimidated downstairs by myself. However, I'm just gonna have to move past it if she can't join me this week and do it, you know, do it for myself, so that my baby body is ready. Yeah, so okay, fertility updates. I went to the acupuncturist, which you will see this coming Wednesday. I had an amazing time. It was really great. I think the plan is I'm going to go every other week, and then we'll figure out when I go for my actual like pre-transfer prep, but all of this is getting my hormones together. Right now, I'm continuing my seed cycling. I am in my luteal phase, so I have started with raw sunflower seeds. I'm doing 2 tablespoons a day. They are, I just got the ones from Fresh Direct. Stop. I just got the ones from Fresh Direct. They're 180 calories per serving. A serving is a 1/4 cup. So there are about 15 servings in this. This helps support the luteal phase. What's happening in the luteal phase? Progesterone is being secreted. Progesterone is important. It's just like it sounds, progest. It's progestational. And so it helps with the lining, supporting the lining of the uterus, so that if you are pregnant, it can support a pregnancy. So I really want to get the most out of the most bang for my buck out of my hormones this month, because this is the last time they'll be left to their own devices, meaning my next cycle on day 1, or actually I'll go in for day 3. Somewhere that first week I'll be medicated. I'll have the estrogen first and then the progesterone and oil, like you saw in the video last Wednesday, what the nurse sent me. So I just want to make sure I'm ready for that. I'm also mixing in maca root into my smoothies, and so this week I'll probably do it in soups because I'm going to cut down on the smoothies, just because Clara advised that warming food is better right now, which makes sense because my body is wanting to warm itself. That's what progesterone does. It warms you up, which if you take your temperature, you know that basal body temperature, the rise is where you know that you've ovulated. So that's that good old progesterone doing its job. So anyway, if you're not sure about seed cycling, maca is a good thing on its own because it's an adaptogen. It helps support your body in whatever hormonal state that it's in, whatever it's trying to do. So that can be luteal phase, or that can be follicular phase. Follicular phase is from cycle day 1 through ovulation. If you want more bang for your buck, you can do both, which is what I'm doing. So I'm doing the most to support my body. So adaptogen means it's adapting to whatever's happening in the body. So it's not pro progesterone or pro-estrogen, which is what happens in the follicular phase. It's pro-you. Whatever you are doing, whatever you are meant to be doing, it's helping support that. This specifically is helping to support progesterone, just like the pumpkin seeds were helping to support estrogen. So that's what I'm doing to support my hormonal balance. And then I got a note that my the donor egg
I got a note that the donor egg person, I don't know how to say that.
The egg donor. I got a note that the egg donor has started her cycle. So right now, as I'm recording this, as I'm recording this, she is on birth control pills. By the time you guys see this, which will be, you guys should see this the 30th, because that's next Sunday. By the time you guys see this, I will know if she started her meds or not. So if everything goes well while she's on birth control, they're going to bring her in for her baseline. They have to make sure she doesn't have COVID. They have to make sure that there are follicles there. They have to make sure there are no cysts. If all of that check happens, then she starts her meds. And so by the time you guys see this, I will know, and I will update you next week on what's going on with that. Yeah, so I'll know at that point like how many follicles she has. Like first I'll know that it's cleared because we're gonna name it and claim it, and then I'll know how many follicles she has. Like I don't know if I get to know her estrogen levels, but that all kind of goes in. And some of you guys have asked, are you getting all of the eggs? Are you getting some of the eggs? All of the eggs are mine as part of the contract that we have. So if it's 10, if it's 20, I don't know yet if they will all be fertilized. It will depend on how many eggs there are. I know that Perry said that she's expecting a lot of eggs, so I'm assuming that means that the egg donor has a high antral follicle count. I don't know that for a fact, but that, what else would trigger that response of, oh, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of eggs, because I didn't ask. So depending on how many we get, I'm getting warm, sorry guys. Hopefully you can still hear me. Depending on how many eggs that we get, that will determine if I fertilize all of them or not. But yes, all of the eggs belong to me. And then, so once the egg retrieval happens, like I'll be notified all along the way. Egg retrieval is probably like 9 to 12 days after she starts the med. So whatever that is after the 28th, February 11th, somewhere around there, give or take 3 days. It all, you know, anyone who's gone through this before, it all depends on what happens at the prior appointment, right? You can plan all you want, but it's like what happens on the date of that testing then gets you to the next date. Of course, they want to honk now. So hopefully you can still hear me. I'll talk a little bit louder. I should start my next cycle. Let's go to good old Fertility Friend. I'll do Fertility Friend and Kendara because I'm in both and it varies. So February cycle for me, cycle day 1 should be February 7th according to Fertility Friend. Let's see what Kendara has to say. Oh, I need to update Kendara because it's giving me a cycle on February 20. Oh wait, that's January, sorry. Oh yeah, it's still giving me one on February 21st, which is not right, but I think maybe let's just go with Fertility Friend because that one I've used the longest, so I feel like it knows me the best, or at least its algorithm works best for me. So yeah, it's giving me February 7th, and that assumes that I have a 31-day cycle. So hopefully it won't be that long because I am doing the seed cycling and that will help promote it. Typically it's about 28 to 29 days with a 13 to 14 day luteal phase for me. So we shall see. We shall see. I think I ovulated late last cycle, and so that's why it was a longer cycle, it was a longer period. Typically your luteal phase doesn't vary that much. It's the follicular phase part. And I was under a lot of stress in December, so I'm not surprised that I had a long follicular phase. So that is my update on both my journey to wellness and my fertility. I'm super excited. Things are moving along. I will definitely, I think I'll just do weekly updates on what's going on with the fertility. That way I have as much information and I'm not as anxious as trying to vlog it every single day. So I am probably, whenever my cycle starts, I will end the keto and the intermittent fasting. I'm gonna eat regularly. So, well, I shouldn't say I'm gonna eat regularly. I'm still gonna watch my carbs just because I'm worried again about having that reaction from my body running off of sugar instead of off of fat, because again, I'm at high risk for hypertension. I'm at high risk for diabetes and all that fun stuff while I'm pregnant, and I only have the one kidney, so I don't want to put my body in a situation where I am peeing protein, because obviously then things are not working well. However, I'm not going to be as aggressive as I am now. Technically, I am no longer overweight. My BMI is 24.7, so I'm out of the woods by a razor's edge though. So I'm gonna push it all the way until February 7th or day 1 of my cycle to see where I can land. I want to also reduce my subcutaneous fat, the fat that's right under my skin. And so it's gonna take a little more work, and HIIT is definitely going to help me get there. Food is the thing that decides it all, right? No matter how much you work out, like if you don't get your food right, you'll never have abs, right? So there are certain things that food helps cut down that visceral fat and the subcutaneous fat. Women are more likely to have more subcutaneous fat. Men are more likely to have the visceral fat. That's why you see the men like with the big bellies. There's fat wrapped around their organs, which is much more dangerous. However, subcutaneous fat is not fun either, especially not during pregnancy. So I just want to like make the best baby making machine that I can. So I will continue working on that. So I will give you weekly updates on my wellness journey until I have cycle day 1, and then while that's happening, the fertility updates will be within the weekly updates, just so I don't stress myself out trying to edit videos. And then after I end the hardcore wellness journey, I will then transition to weekly fertility updates. Does that sound fair? Let me know. And then Wednesdays will just be fun days. So we'll have different things like supplements. I'll talk a little bit more about seed cycling. I do have a video on that, but I do want to give an updated video. So I'll do a video on that. I'm still researching egg donors, like how many families they can do. You guys had some other questions that I want to answer. And so those will be like what we're talking about on Wednesdays. And then sometimes some fun stuff like what you'll see next week, which is my trip to Claire, which is both informational and fun for me. I love Clara. I love going to her for acupuncture, and I think overall it just helps not only balance my hormones but my mental state as well. There's something about being under Clara's care that is just soothing and relaxing. All right, I should go. The puppies are eating a basket that they should not be eating. Do you know that mommy's busy and so then you decide to do stuff you're not supposed to do? One only wonders. All right, family, thank you so much for hanging out with me, for checking in on me. How are you doing in your weight loss journey? Drop it down below. I'm always here to support you. For those of you over on my Fitness Pal in the group, I will talk to you there, and I will see you later. Bye. Baby does to us all.